Hey everyone, and welcome back yet again. Now, I speak to a lot of men on here. You could say that a large percentage of my audience is men. I do speak a lot on masculinity and probably things that relate more to men, but it's not exclusively for men. So if you're a lady having a listen, maybe trying to get something out of it, that's cool too. But from today's perspective, I'm talking from the point of a father and of a man, I guess. So, that language I'm using is just my perspective, my relationship with the circumstance, but you can flip that if you're a woman. Okay, so I kind of wanted to delve into something definitely related to the same things I've been talking about. However, this is on a quite a deep level, and it's a realization that came to me recently, and it had quite a profound impact on me emotionally, shall we say. Now, you probably hear people talking a lot about your inner child a lot, and I've heard that a lot too. I never really used to know what that meant. I mean, we all have a inner child, a fun part of us, right? I thought that's kind of what it meant, but it's much deeper than that. Now, I was sent some photos by my mum. Old family photos. Me as a baby, me as a child, and you know, I was looking at them, and after a while, I got to thinking, and I just started to look at myself in these photos. Now, it felt different than usual. I was looking at me. I was about the same age that my son is now. 1.5 years old, and I saw my boy. I was looking at me, but felt like I was looking at my boy. It felt like I had the same, emotional feelings that I would get from looking at a photo of my boy, of responsibility, of leading him, of being there for him, caring for him, making sure he has everything he needs to thrive. And then I started to think, but what about that boy in this photo? What about Reese? And I got to thinking, do you care about him? What does he deserve the best? And when that hit me, it rocked me a little bit. You know, for a long time, I didn't feel worthy of much, of any good really. I didn't feel worthy of love. I didn't feel worthy of things in my life, and that's a pretty sad thing because I'm sure a lot of you people can probably relate to feeling like that at some point. Now, when I'm looking at this photo, I'm thinking, you know, don't forget about him. Because I forgot about him for a long time. I forgot about that little boy who was the same age as my little boy, who had his whole future ahead of him, you know. And a lot has happened between then and now. A lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of change, a lot of transformation. There's been good things too, don't get me wrong. But a lot of that trauma was not dealt with for a long time. And it built up. And it built up. And I forgot about the innocence of that little boy. I forgot to check in with him. I forgot to be there for him. I forgot to be kind to him. I forgot to love him. I forgot to love myself. I forgot to be kind to myself. And that's one of the biggest issues that we face is, I've spoken about it before, it's how we see ourselves. It's how we talk to ourselves. It's how we treat ourselves. If we don't value ourselves and we don't love ourselves, then, it doesn't matter what anyone else gives you. You're never going to be fulfilled. you're never going to be at peace, because you left that inner child, you left that innocence, you left that little boy behind, or that little girl behind, and you forgot about them. You know, I look at my son, and I feel in my heart that I would never fail him, that no matter whatever happens, that I would always be there for him, no matter what happens. You know, I need to remember that for myself. I owe that little boy in that photo so much more than I've given him. And maybe I implore you guys to do the same thing. Dig up some photos of yourself as a child. And we all have different childhoods. We all have different traumas. Yeah. We've all suffered from different things in different ways. But that's not the point right now. Just have a look at that child, and you ask yourself, you know, was that child mistreated by you, by others, intentional or not? Were you there? Have you been there for that little boy or girl in that photo? Have you been there for yourself? Have you been good to yourself? You know, there's something to think about, something to ponder. And as a father, you know, it really hits me, because there were certain areas in my life where, you know, I was let down, and I don't want that to be for my son. I want him to have much better than that. So, yeah, I mean, this has been maybe a little deep, and it can be very hard to explore these sorts of things within yourself. But I definitely think that if you really want to grow as a person, to really live your life to its highest level with great value, to give value to others, to help yourself, you know, and other people, these are all things that we need to remember and get in touch with. Now, I didn't think I'd ever be sitting here talking about my inner child. I didn't think that's something that would come out of my mouth. I didn't think I'd have that in my vocabulary. But life surprises you, and this is what I'm doing now. This is what I feel I should be doing, sharing and helping in any way that I can. I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm not perfect, nope, but I'm hungry, I'm passionate, I'm fucking determined and resilient, and I have big goals, you know, and I'm gonna be chasing them. I'm gonna be doing exactly that. So here we are. Anyway, I hope you got something out of this. I hope I haven't scared you away. But again, if you find value in this, I would love it if you would share or drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe to my page. And let me know if there's anything that you want me to talk about. If there's anything you want to see on here, you know, mindset related or not. You know, I want to bring you guys value, and I want to know what you guys want to see. So if you can let me know, that would make my job a hell of a lot easier. But until then, guys, you know, good luck if you decide to delve down this path and check out some photos and really take a moment to think about you back then and everything you had in front of you, and how it's all gone since, and what you wish perhaps you could have said or done differently, or what you would say to that little boy or girl if you could go back. You know, if I could go back, I would do many things differently. You may feel the same, you may not. But regardless, I'm going to learn lessons from everything. and I hope you can too. So, yeah, until next time, be good.